Hey everybody, welcome back to The Vision. So today in The Vision, we are looking at a neighborhood. Now, this is not just one build, this is a entire basically neighborhood put together on this server, which will be down in the description. The server is called Huntington, and they just moved over to a new server, so I definitely will have to update that in the other videos as well. But the reason I'm kind of showing you guys this is because a lot of people ask me, in some of my videos, are you going to do a neighborhood like a suburban area, things like that? And the answer to that is yes. Now, the thing is, they're actually really hard to build, and I thought like this would be great inspiration for some of you that want to know how to make a suburban area and some good ideas for it. And I think this is just a great idea for how to actually start it, things to add. And there's just so much detail put into this neighborhood that it's kind of just ridiculous how much time they have put into it. I mean, you have, some of these two, like, I don't even know what you would call these, the connected houses. You have a couple of those fit in there. You have the normal houses as well, along with some of the cheaper ones. There's tons of variety. The roads are actually one of the most important things if you look, because roads in neighborhoods are actually very different than roads in the city. Did I say city twice? Roads in a neighborhood are very different from roads in a neighborhood. That might be the best way to put it. I mean, just even small stuff like this with the fire truck, you could just get inspiration from this, because doing stuff like this does add just a little bit more detail and realism to it, because you kind of feel like there's more realism to it. And not just the fire, but I just noticed this. I like how they put, is this ice? Yeah, they put ice here, or maybe even blue glass. And that's just a really cool feature to make it look like the water spraying onto the street. Just small features like that really make a difference, and it's like stuff that I would never have thought of until I would have seen it now. So there's a lot of just great inspiration here, whether it's just using the houses that we're going to be passing by for your own Let's Builds, or just seeing how it's set up. There's just so much to take away from, a lot of this stuff, and like I said, it doesn't really have to be big things. It could just be you take away the roads from this video, the boats, just everything. You can kind of just take in and just look at it, and it's just truly amazing how much detail is put into it. And I actually like how some of these houses have people's names on them, because it kind of makes it feel even more like people are living in them. It'd be really cool if they made this server like a economy server, to where you actually had to build a house for yourself. And like, not just like survival houses, actually like houses like these, and you actually had to buy them and do things like that, because I feel like that'd be really cool. And all these houses are fully furnished as well, and that's just another cool thing. And so that's probably why you're going to see some frame droppage when we get to the inside, because I think I talked about this in my Chaos Craft video, but one of my computers broke, the one I usually record on, and that one broke, and that's usually what I record with and play on the one I'm playing on now, if that makes any sense. And so basically my computer now is doing twice the work that it usually does, so the frame rate might drop a little bit. We might go to let's lower this down a little bit, and I think that might help to 7. That actually does help quite a bit. So I mean, these houses are very, very compact, but just it actually feels kind of realistic, and the way they lay it out is truly amazing to me, really, because I'm just absolutely horrible at interior, and just seeing like this gives me inspiration, and it makes me kind of want to be better at interior, because you can make a house look great from the exterior, but if it doesn't look great on the interior, it's like, what's the point? And you actually will notice they use a lot of black glass and stained glass in their builds, but at least in their texture pack, that's the texture pack I'm using. It's called Huntington. It's the one made for this server. And just the way it looks, that looks perfect. And I'm not sure what about it. Maybe the texture of the fire, or maybe even it's like the small slit there in the middle. Haha, slit. It kind of just makes it look and feel like a fireplace. There's something about it. It's just, it kind of, it's the small stuff like that, what we're talking about. And you have the highway behind. One of the things I think that's really tough when it comes to things like this are actually the roads, because if you notice, the roads are actually one block lower than a lot of the houses, because there's a lip with a stair, and then there's kind of like a small gap for the sidewalk. And I think that's probably the first thing I ever took away when I saw this, was how they did that, because even though in some of my cities I don't necessarily lift up the roads like this, but it does make me kind of want to do it because it feels a little bit more realistic. It adds more depth to the map, and it's just one of those small touches that, again, I never thought about doing until I've actually seen it. In this house, you guys actually might remember this house from, it must be around Christmas time here. You know, just a couple months off. But you might recognize this house a little bit. This house is actually one of the houses I built on my series or season number 1 of houses. You actually will see a couple of those, and it's not because I built them, it's because I actually got a lot of inspiration for that season 1 of houses from this server alone. So you can come on here, it's free to play. You do have to apply to become a builder first of all, but you are free to come around and just look. And so if you just want to come in, get inspiration for yourself, see things the way you want to see them, you know, that's going to give you a lot more inspiration. So I highly suggest coming out here. Oh, this is Yazzer's house. This is actually, Yazzer is the owner of the server. He's basically like the president or the owner, I guess. Yeah, the owner. And yeah, so this must be his house. A lot of doors. Huh. That actually, how did he do that? Huh, that has to be using World Edit maybe. But that's actually really cool. I never thought about doing that with doors. Like, even if we could do that with just regular, I still never thought about doing that. That's kind of unique too. You don't really see this anywhere else. Yazzer is actually really good with interior. And the house doesn't look like it's fully furnished on the upstairs, but downstairs looks like it's fully furnished. Maybe a bathroom slash closet. This looks like it would be a second guest bedroom with, oh, these two connect. And then this, which one's the master? That one over there has to be the master. That'd be my guess. And I really want these on console, these banners, because I've actually seen a lot more designs incorporated with those banners, and it makes me really want them more because I've seen them used from just about, you know, curtains, you know, doors, things like that. There's actually a lot of inspiration from just those banners alone, and not just on this server, just everywhere I've seen them. Oh, this is cool. This looks like a motel area, like the Red Motel. Not fully furnished, but you kind of get an inspiration for one of these to put onto your world. Looks fairly simple to build. I mean, and that's another thing. A lot of the stuff is actually fairly simple to build. You just have to kind of make your first design, and then once you make the first one, things go a lot smoother from there if you want to recreate it, if you want to make one or two more. So just take away some of the small stuff, take your time, and just look at some of this, because these aren't huge houses, but in Minecraft, I keep talking about this in some of my later videos, my most recent videos, is proportion, and these actually feel like they're pretty well proportioned for the size of the houses around them, because this might not be a big house, but it feels realistic, it looks realistic in size for how Minecraft looks. And just even the backyard, I'm not too sure about the pool. The pool seems a little bit too deep, but you know, just how well it's proportioned to everything else in its surroundings. And that's the toughest thing about Minecraft, in my opinion, is trying to find out your proportions, because that's so tough in a game with just squares and when things aren't to scale. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we want to see, because basically it's just me flying around, because I want you to see as much of this neighborhood as possible, because it is just truly amazing. We didn't even cover half of it. I think there's an area that's actually under construction, like not actually like they're building it. I mean, like they actually made it look like they're building new houses, and it looks like it might be over here, because that's a bulldozer. It looks like, maybe. I look completely wrong. That might not be what I think it is at all. I like this house. I like the Jeep they put out in front. I'm not sure if you call that a Jeep or a Hummer. Maybe it looks more like a Hummer. I'm gonna call it a Hummer. But I like this design, just using the carpet for the windows and then that fence post there to kind of separate the two. Just something small, but kind of, you know, adds up to bigger things. I want to find this construction area, because I know it's somewhere over here. It's got to be, because I've seen it and passed it so many times. That's like, okay, the one time I want to find it, I never can. Ooh, I like that house. I'm getting so much inspiration and just ideas for season number 2 of houses, just from like flying around and looking at all of these. And that's what I want you guys to do. I want you to come onto the server, and it's not like they're paying me or anything, guys. I'm actually on here because I enjoy looking at this stuff. I enjoy what they do, and so I want to show it to you guys and let you guys know, because the reason I'm saying I want you guys to come check it out for yourselves is because there's actually, I guess we're going to kind of go off topic here, but a lot of other YouTubers, I've heard this from my fans, and I'm not just saying this from me. Some of my fans have told me that, because I leave South Lake, the city I work on, I leave it on open 99% of the time so people can join. I might be invisible, but I still make it open to where people can join, but they can't build. And some people, you know, they don't like the fact that they can't build, but a lot of people like the fact that they can come in and see the world for themselves. And the reason I do that is because if I leave it open for you to see, and you can come in and see anything that you want to see from your angle. So if you want to see this house, and I just stop right here to look at it, I'm only showing you half an angle basically. But if you come in and look at it for yourself, you can see every single angle, you can count the blocks, you can look at everything how you want to look at it. And there's a big difference in inspiration when you can see it for your own eyes, instead of just in a video. And that's why I like doing this stuff. I like leaving my games on open. I like coming onto worlds like this to where, you know, there's so much inspiration that you can just kind of take away from all of it. And that's why I want you guys to come join the server to get inspiration for yourself. I think we basically have seen all of this. I do know that there is a construction area somewhere, but unfortunately I can't find it at the moment. Maybe because I just moved servers and that might have been in the old server, but I don't think it was. I guarantee I'm going to find it as soon as I stop recording. It's probably what's going to happen. Usually is. But thank you very much for watching, guys. It is greatly appreciated. So check out the server in the description. It's IEP will be down there along with the warp. The warp is like Blahim or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce the name myself. But yeah, come check it out for yourself, guys. I hope you guys got a lot of inspiration from this, because I know I did just looking at some of this stuff. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will talk to all you guys later. Bye bye.